Hello and good morning everyone. This is Shaurya from Market Times TV and today we will discuss the happenings of global financial markets as well as commodities market. So let's start with the big news, and that is US-China trade talks. Well, after the positive developments on that front, we have seen quite a good run in the markets yesterday, but today the Asian markets are however kind of mixed, and there are local factors related to it and also the positive factors coming from international level. But if we talk about Asian markets, then Nikkei is up by 0.09%, and that is also led by the gain in SoftBank, that is the conglomerate, as it gained more than 1% after its CEO Mayoshi Son said that he has acknowledged the loss this quarter, but he is quite optimistic about the future, and that led to the gain. While Korean market index is down by 0.27% due to individual stock falls, while US markets were upbeat due to the US-China trade talks, as they are the country which will be most impacted by it, and that's why Dow gained 182 points with S&P 500 index, Nasdaq also gaining 0.27% and 0.28% respectively. While European markets also closed here quite high. In fact, they also reached yesterday their 4-year high during the day, as with DAX closing at the gain of 0.83% and FTSE also increased by 0.13%. But if we talk about Indian markets today, they are quite down as two reasons. One, we are seeing a profit booking. More over this, Moody's came with a report that they have downgraded the ratings of India from stable to negative, and that has not gone well with the market. Besides this, they have also said that the country's growth will remain materially low than the past. So this has again impacted the market. But if we talk about global markets, then biggest factor right now is US-China trade talks. So let's have a look at that. Well, it was reported by the spokesperson of Commerce Ministry of China, Gao Feng, that both US and China have agreed to remove the tariff on each other and simultaneously. And after this report, even Reuters confirmed that US have also confirmed that yes, this will happen, but it was also added that White House has put a lot of pressure internally regarding this decision. At the same time, Gao Feng added that the tariff needs to be removed simultaneously at the same time and of the same amount if it needs to go through. So this has brought some of the concern in the market, but the main thing right now is markets have become quite positive. When the trade deal actually happened, that time they were quite negative, and most of them were saying it's just a handshake deal and it may fall and it won't happen. But gradually, as the time has progressed, we have seen markets getting more and more positive, and now interestingly, markets have started factoring in the rollback of tariff in the valuations. So this means if for chance the tariffs are not rolled back, then markets can fall, because right now the valuations are done with the factoring in the that fall in the tariffs. But more interesting thing to notice, it's not all over the market. We can say that markets have started factoring in gradually, and as by the time progress, more and more participants in the market and investors will start to do that. So that is one important factor. Well, if we talk about economic factors, then on economic front, Bank of England has kept interest rates unchanged at 0.75, and they have reduced their forecast for GDP and inflation, adding that slowdown in global economy, rise in sterling which can impact the exports, and domestic policy like Brexit deal of Boris Johnson were the major reasons for the slowdown. And according to Bank of England, UK can have a deal with EU and where there will be no tariffs on goods, but custom checks will come in place, and export of legal as well as financial services will face barrier. So this means if there will be a deal according to Bank of England, then goods can be done without tariffs, but there can be barriers and restrictions regarding the financial services and legal services. So that can create a problem, as London and UK is a huge hub for both of them. Besides this, inflation of UK is expected to fall from 1.7% to 1.2% by the next year. But for longer term, they are quite positive, as Bank of England believes that by 2022, the growth rate of UK will come from 1.4% currently to 2% by 2022. But at the same time, they also believe that by that time the inflation will also come closer to the target of 2%. However, markets were quite surprised when 2 out of 9 members of Monetary Policy Committee of Bank of England voted in the favor of rate cut. Michael Saunders and Jonathan Haskell favored that there is a need for rate cut on the ground of slowdown in job market, global economy and uncertainties regarding the Brexit. Now, after this news, there was a fall in pound and it lost 0.5% just as the news happened. While if we talk about Indian markets today, we can expect same trend, like it can revive after some time if there's profit booking and the positive news came out. But till then, market seems to be consolidating today and getting some room to breathe the fire again. So with that, if you move to commodities markets, then gold prices have fallen. Same reason, positive in the stock market and positive news of economic developments on US-China trade talks led to fall in gold markets. And moreover, it's not just the gold markets, investors also buy during the bonds, and bonds of US have also increased. In fact, they went to above 1.9% since after quite long time. So that was again representing the positivity in the market regarding the trade talks and times coming ahead. And same thing can be said about oil market, as oil prices have started increasing. Moreover, one is the point of overall share market outlook, which is being reflected also in the broader markets like commodities and oil market. Beside this, now participants are expecting better outlook of demand for oil the next year. Even OPEC itself believes that oil demand is better than they previously estimated. So all this is again playing in the view that conditions of global economy may start to improve as reflected by the investors across the world. If you like this video, then click on like button. Also subscribe the channel, and for more videos like this on stock market and commodities, stay with Market Times TV.
आपको अगर हमारा वीडियो पसंद आया है तो इसे लाइक करें, साथ ही YouTube चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और मोर अपडेट्स जानने के लिए बेल आइकन को दबाना न भूलें।